Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes
All right, thanks for joining in
the government, stuck in a pit.
Yes, thanks for joining in. Just call your friends. I want to give you these updates very fast. They are hot updates. Actually, the world needs to know that is currently actually happening right now in Uganda. Few hours to elections slated for tomorrow. And as I've been always telling you guys, today we have to be set for tomorrow. But as we set up for tomorrow to vote Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, the president of the National Platform, Bobiwine, this is what is currently happening. Just a few minutes ago, the president of the National Platform, Bobiwine, just got information that the regime in Uganda is going to order for a complete shutdown of the internet. A complete shutdown of the internet in a short while. So, and he continued to say, no matter what they do, the world is watching. Actually, let me share for you his Twitter handle. He just tweeted that just a while ago. Here it is. Come on. This is what he said. Bobiwine. All right, here we go. This is his Twitter handle. Actually, today he hit 1 million followers. Today. He said, information coming in states that the regime in Uganda is going to order for a complete shutdown of the internet in a short while. No matter what they do, the world is watching. And guess what? Museveni is going to do so because he's too scared. He's too scared of the .com youth. He's too scared of people power. He's too scared of the change that is actually a few hours to happen. I can guarantee you that, because Ugandans, we are tired. There is a lot that has happened today. A few hours to the election, a lot, and we are going to go through each and everything. Just like I came yesterday and I gave you those updates. Here I come back again to go through all the incidents that have happened today. A lot has happened. Actually, Kyagulanyi a few hours ago also put out this, while Museveni calls me a foreign agent. These are the facts. This is a site, foreignaffairs.com. For those who follow us on this platform, I already translated for you that statement. It is a very good article actually from the president of the National Unity Platform. Those who would love to read it, you can go to foreignaffairs.com. Yeah, Kyagulanyi was highlighting how the West helped Museveni to cripple Uganda's democracy, highlighting, giving his points, and yes, they were all valid points. It's a very interesting article for you to read. For those who want to simply just listen, maybe like to a podcast, go to this YouTube channel. The video is already there. I already uploaded it there for you guys. I already uploaded for you. In the morning, was it morning? Yes. In the morning, that was 14 hours ago, Kyagulanyi again came out and highlighted what was going on. He said the private security company that has been guarding my home for the last 12 years has been ordered to withdraw security at my home. Their superiors showed up, announced at midnight, disarmed my guard, and said they had instruction to immediately withdraw my security. This is it. There is always a security that has been guarding Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Remember, he has a mansion, a very big house that sits on very many acres of land. So he has his private security, guards that belong to a private security company. But today they were guarded to withdraw their security from the house of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, aka Bobiwine. Their superiors showed up unannounced at midnight, disarmed the guards, and said they had instructions to immediately withdraw. Actually, when you go to the Facebook page of Bobiwine, you are going to find actually more explanation of this, as Twitter always has limited the number of characters. But when you go to his Facebook page, let me try to go in there very fast. Is it this one? I think it is this one. Let me see. Yeah, no, actually it is the same tweet. I mean, it's the same message from the other side and even this side, because even here it says, so the private security company that has been guarding my home for the last 12 years has been ordered to withdraw security at my house. Their superiors showed up unannounced at midnight, disarmed my guard, and said they had instructions immediately withdraw my security. Their explanation was that they were under police and therefore must do as ordered. Now you can see this impunity that we keep highlighting here on these platforms that they also want to take. Can you imagine someone ordering your private security company guards to withdraw security because they have orders from above, orders from security? Just one question, why would they do so just a few hours to the election? Of course, they want to play their games when no one is interfering. The police, the army that is always, around Chagulanyi's house, they want to do their nonsense, they want to do their stupid things they always do when no one is watching. Remember, this is a house that is always under 24 surveillance. It is always, it is under surveillance. The cameras that were planted there recently, even there were drones, rotating just above the house. So it is a shame. It is a shame, but it is too shocking. Anyway, it is not shocking that they want to shut down internet totally. You see Museveni here? There is a gentleman called Spirey. He's an artist, a cartoonist. Yeah, I came up with this design with Museveni having EC at his back, and then there are switches there, Facebook, WhatsApp, and the Twitter with the switch. They are all switched off, and then he's saying, if you continue making noise, I will also switch off oxygen, the sun, and the moon. Yeah, that's how also the gentleman tries to pass on this information. It is a very good piece that of course explains volume, as in the Electoral Commission, of course, in the hands of Museveni. You heard him yesterday when he was talking about Facebook, that we warned those people they should be careful because we shall ban their platforms, social media, as many Facebook, which not to operate here in Uganda anymore. They will not decide for us who is right and who is wrong. I looked at the man. That's why I always keep saying we need to kick these guys out of their positions, because they are not using them according to the law. They just say what they want. They just do what they want. Anyway, that is that. But the most shocking news coming in, even I don't know, even right now, maybe it's just yet to happen. The internet is going to be totally shut down. Leave alone Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, and all those social media platforms. This time round, the information coming in indicates that they want to completely shut down the internet. The entire internet. But why would they do so? Because they are too scared. They are too scared. Too scared. But nothing is going to save them. Nothing is going to save them. The day is tomorrow. Ugandans come out and vote in large numbers, and after voting, kindly don't go away, because once you go away, your vote is going to be stolen. All you need to do, keep a safe distance, protect your vote, capture and record the incidents, the injustice, all the games they play. Make sure that you record those people, especially at a time when they are announcing the results from that polling station. Please do so. It is very important. Make use of the YouVote app that we have been actually instructing you to download, install, and use. Find ways. Of course, someone will ask, but they are going to turn off the internet. Is it still, of any use for us to record and take videos, do all sorts of the kind? Please do. Yes, please do. If you have the opportunity, please do record each and every detail that needs to be recorded. No one is going to fight with you because you are using your phone. Of course, we know incidents are going to happen in various places across the country. The police has been deployed, the army has been deployed, the military has been deployed. But all I can say to you, those people have been put there to instill fear in us, you know, and as well as try to provoke us. But let us, you know, keep our calmness as we vote, and as well as do what is necessary. What is necessary tomorrow is to vote, to call upon people to come out in big numbers to vote, to help those that can't take themselves to the polling stations to vote. Please, that is the most important thing tomorrow. But not only to vote, but to protect the vote. How are we going to protect the vote? Please come in big numbers, vote, and after voting, don't go away. Just keep a safe distance. Of course, there are going to be demarcations, yeah, but observe each and everything going on at the polling station. Yeah, please. Once you allow those people to play on your mind and you go back home, just know that you've sold your country. Because once you leave, the vote is going to be reached. The vote is going to be stolen. That is a fact. At least we've witnessed that in the previous 3 elections, 2016, 2011, 2006. Please, we are not doing this for Bobiwine. We are doing this for us. We are doing this for our kids. We are doing this for our grandkids. We are doing this for our mothers and papas, grandpapas, who are not living a decent life. So, let me look out for something else that has been going on today as well. Today, still, of course, the US ambassador to Uganda has said the embassy has cancelled plans to observe the country's 10th presidential election tomorrow. Ugandan electoral authorities had denied accreditation to most members of the observation team. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni, of course, repeatedly claimed that foreigners are working in support of Museveni's main challenger, the singer and lawmaker Bobiwine. The ambassador's statement came after Museveni announced a social media shutdown in Uganda as of Tuesday. How necessary do you think a foreigner's election monitors? That has been a statement from DW TV. Yeah, it also came out and wrote that. Those who would love to get more of what people are saying in the comment section, you will visit DW TV and see what people are responding to a question that how necessary do you think a foreigner's election monitors? Yeah, people of course have given in their responses and all that kind of thing. But you know what I can say to you guys? Since Museveni has done each and everything possible to block election observers, we are going to be our own election observers. That's why we keep asking you that no one is going, and that's why we keep telling you that no one is going to do this for you but yourself. Kindly be involved. Tomorrow is the day. You understand? Tomorrow is the day. Make sure that you are the election observer at that polling station. Don't think that, oh, but maybe there are very many people here, even if maybe I go back home. Please, this is not a joking matter. We are securing our future. We are redirecting our country back to the right path. And that you are not supposed to leave it in someone's hands. You have to take it upon yourself. It has to be your responsibility. And which part are you going to pray tomorrow? Come out and vote. Help those who don't know how to vote. Help those that cannot transport themselves to the polling station to vote. Do whatever it takes. Do whatever you can to make sure that tomorrow it ends when no single vote has been stolen. And how are we going to do that? By being very vigilant. After voting, don't go away. Stay at the polling stations. All you need to do is to keep a safe distance and just be easy monitoring and of course observing each and everything going on at the polling station. That is very important. Very, very important. Another update, there is an article on BBC. They were highlighting just a few hours to the election, who Bobiwine is. Who Bobiwine is. I think I should play for you that maybe. For those who follow us here, I've also already uploaded for you that on our platform, this very one. Let me give you that. Let me give you that.
BBC brings you facts you did not know about Bobiwine. Uganda elections 2021. Who is Bobiwine? There has never been a peaceful handover of power in Uganda, but pop star turned politician Bobiwine is hoping to change that by unseating long-serving President Yoweri Museveni in Thursday's vote. BBC Africa correspondent Catherine Byorohanga takes a look at the challenger. A few weeks before the general election and what could be the biggest day of Bobiwine's life, he brought his presidential campaign to his family's ancestral home. The 38-year-old pop star, whose real name is Robert Kyagulanyi, made his reputation in the informal settlements of the capital, Kampala, but here in Kanoni, a sleepy rural Uganda, his support is just as evident. Hundreds of young people, mostly men dressed in red, seem to emerge from the bushes and gardens and surround his motorcade. Bobiwine, also known as the ghetto president, climbed through the sunroof of his white Toyota Land Cruiser and waved at the crowds. They frantically respond. In an unlikely sartorial move for a presidential candidate, he has started wearing a bulletproof vest and protective helmet. In December, a bullet was shot through his vehicle's windscreen, narrowly missing a passenger. Bobiwine said that he thought his life was in danger. In Kanoni, as had happened countless times during the campaign, he ran into a police and military blockade. Tear gas and bullets were fired. The authorities said they were simply trying to disperse crowds and enforce COVID-19 guidelines. But Bobiwine believed this was yet another sign of intimidation. He has been consistent in saying that it will not succeed as he feels that he is at the head of a mass movement. People are not just following me. People are following an ideal that I represent, he told the BBC in 2019. I did not start it and I will not end it. I'm just one of the millions and millions of Ugandans that want better. The manifesto of his National Unity Platform (NUP) party is geared towards basic needs like improving access to healthcare, education, clean water, and justice. All of this, the NUP says, can only be done by removing President Museveni from power. Over the last 2 decades, Bobiwine's musical output has been filled with songs about these issues, and they have inspired a fervent following. He understands as 23-year-old law student Marian Karabo is vying to be a local councillor, and she is one of his supporters. Even before his political life, he was someone the youth could identify with, she says. Especially through his music, you could clearly see that he understood the social issues that young people were facing, especially young people from the ghetto. When President Museveni came to power in 1986, Bobiwine was just about to turn 4 and living in Kanoni. Central Uganda had been the battleground of the Bush War that brought Mr. Museveni's rebel National Resistance Army and its political wing, the National Resistance Movement (NRM), to power. Bobiwine's grandfather, Yosefu Walakira, was part of a different rebel contingent, but from time to time during the conflict hosted Mr. Museveni in his house. Walakira died during the Civil War after being injured when his home was bombed, an attack which also killed 3 family members. Bobiwine's family later moved to Kampala. His mother, Margaret Nalankoma, a nurse, was the main breadwinner and bought land in the Kamwokia slum where the musician lived and built his now world-famous recording studio. Some of his primary and secondary schools were often within walking distance from Kamwokia. As a teenager he discovered a passion for the arts, but when he first attended the prestigious Makerere University he started out studying for a social sciences degree. After 1 semester he switched courses and took on music, dance and drama, earning a diploma from the university in 2003. Campaigning all my career in 2017, the reggae star turned his hand to politics as he saw it as the logical next step. You know, all through my musical career, I've been singing about the challenges that people go through, he told the BBC. So it's as if I've been campaigning all my musical career. His song Tuliambula Engule, We Shall Wear the Victor's Crown, has become one of the campaign's unofficial anthems. He won a by-election to become MP for Kyadondo East, a constituency to the north of the capital, and even though an independent he aligned himself with the opposition. In a series of by-elections he campaigned for candidates who defeated hopefuls from the NRM. There was a sound of regret in Bobiwine's voice when he reflected on his rival's career in a BBC interview in 2019. Why did such a prized revolutionary decide to become one of the world's most despised dictators, he asked. But it's also a lesson to many of us, knowing that we are saying what President Museveni was saying when he was in our times. And also to remember that it is only the idea of building strong institutions that can save us from ourselves. The comparisons between a younger Mr. Museveni charismatic, energetic, and inspiring with today's Bobiwine are hard to escape. The rebel commander was just 41 years old when he seized power, promising Ugandan security, a stronger economy, and a better future. Some do wonder whether his new challenger, full of idealism and populist rhetoric, might not make the same mistakes. Activist Cypriea Mali Sasarabo, 24, who says she is now in political exile in Kenya, is disillusioned with Bobiwine. In 2019, she became the face of student protests over a fee hike at Makerere University. For that, she was abducted by people she believed were plainclothes soldiers, badly beaten, and left barely conscious. He lacks an ideology. At the end of that year, she briefly joined Bobiwine's party, but left because of what she saw as a lack of ideological grounding. He was asked about his economic system when he is president, she says, referring to a July 2020 interview Bobiwine gave to a local radio station. He was asked whether he was on the left or the right of the ideological setting, and his answer was he was neither on the right or the left, and he will just use what works. It just does not make sense for me. Apart from the large crowds that gather to support him, like the one in Kanoni, it is hard to tell how truly popular he is and whether the cheers will be turned into votes. Data on registered voters and their voting patterns are very limited. Francis Kiberich, national coordinator for the Afrobarometer survey in Uganda, has been carrying out opinion polls and studies in Uganda since 2000. He says the question remains as to whether Bobiwine has done enough to transcend opposition politics and chip away at the huge vote that President Museveni and the NRM have gained in previous elections. He argues that NRM supporters see the party and the president as the guarantor of peace, and Bobiwine's NUP has not done enough to persuade them otherwise. Just as in most of the previous 5 elections under Mr. Museveni, this one has been marred by allegations of violence against the opposition, press and civil society activists. In November, at least 54 people were left dead after police and soldiers moved in to break up protests over Bobiwine's arrest. In this context, there are some who are already questioning the validity of the vote. Bobiwine, however, has encouraged people to cast their ballots and says voters should make sure there is no rigging at polling stations. He is under no illusion that unseating Mr. Museveni will be easy. While we know that we are up against a brute force, we are confident, he told the BBC in a 2020 interview. We are confident because the people of Uganda are on our side. And we are confident because history is on our side. Who is Bobiwine? Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu, who is better known by his stage name Bobiwine, is a former musician who took Ugandan politics by storm after winning a parliamentary seat in Kayodondo East by a landslide in 2017. The following year, the 38-year-old announced he would challenge the country's longest-serving leader, Yoweri Museveni, in the election slated for January 2021. Over the last 2 years, Wine has grown to become Museveni's biggest challenger. Many of his young supporters have said they are drawn to the scathing and unflinching critique of Museveni heard in several of Wine's original songs. In one such song about Museveni, Wine sings, "Freedom fighters become dictators. They look upon the youth and say we're destructors." Museveni, who initially dismissed Wine as a hooligan from the ghettos, had come to power in 1986 after overthrowing 2 dictators. For a while, he was regarded as a freedom fighter and was praised for restoring stability in the country and encouraging economic growth. But he has been known to maintain a firm grip on power through repression and by silencing his opposition. In 2017, Ugandan lawmakers amended the constitution to allow Museveni to rule for life.
Okay, basically that was the interview or the article from BBC. It was highlighting who Bobiwine is. That was just for those who missed, because I already put this on our platform for those who would love to download the article or the podcast, convert it to audio and circulate it. As we go further on what is currently happening, of course the internet is going to be off any time from now. Any time from now the internet is going to be off. Bobiwine, after realizing that the government of Uganda is denying election observers a chance to monitor these elections, this is what he said. and I want to share this as well on the screen, and then you see it very well. Let me do it like this. Okay, I'm sure you see this, right? So this is what the president said. He said, under the law, a candidate is permitted to have 2 agents at a polling station. Their role is to their role is to ensure there is no rigging at the station. With observers thrown out and Museveni doing everything to frustrate, the call is for all citizens to be vigilant and protect their vote. Just what I just told you guys. That yes, these election observers being thrown out. Of course, the Electoral Commission is going to come out and make statements, phrases that don't add up. But these people have come out and said they were denied accreditation, they were denied, permission to monitor these elections. So he says that with observers thrown out and Museveni doing everything to frustrate, the call is for all citizens to be vigilant and protect their vote. But this Bobiwine has not just said it today. From day one, actually, even when they were voting in Chadondo, you remember those times, he said after voting, you are not supposed to go out. We are supposed to be our own observers. We, the citizens, because we are the ones who want this non-fictional social, economic, and political change. He went ahead and he gave us this update where the military and the police are arresting people found distributing appointment letters for our polling agents ahead of tomorrow's election, like in Lila, in Moroto, and very many other places. Persons coordinating this are detained and materials confiscated. The Electoral Commission is yet to respond to our urgent calls to intervene. So, of course, we know that the Electoral Commission has always been silent for the past, injustice being meted on our president and the campaign team. The Electoral Commission has never said anything. What he said actually was to, summon the president to come and answer questions. Can you imagine? So, that is our Electoral Commission. But of course, we know the Electoral Commission is in the hands of Museveni. It is in Museveni's pocket. He tells it what to do, when, how, and where. So that's why we need to be our own. We are on our own in brief, and we need to be our own observers. And everyone needs to play a part. So for those who have been saying, but guys, we have agents at each and every polling station. Guys, we are doing our part, and everyone should do their part. These guys are arresting each and every one. Just know that there is a polling station where agents have been arrested and detained, like in Lila, in Moroto, and very many other places. That's why we keep on a daily basis call upon you, our brothers and sisters in various places in this country, Uganda. Kindly be part of this, because this is not about Bobiwine, this is not about someone, this is about you, this is about your future, the future of your kids, and the future of your grandkids, and the life of your parents, or your kids. So let each and everyone be an agent. Be there to monitor each and everything. Of course, the agents, their role is to ensure there is no rigging at the station. So we can do this by voting, and then after voting, we are not supposed to go away after voting. Yes. We are supposed not to, after voting, we are not supposed to go away. Sorry, someone was calling me. I was trying to pull them off. So basically that is that. Another update from the president of the National Unity Platform. This is his Twitter handle. Yeah, this was UN Special Reporter, Freedom Association. I'm receiving worrying allegations of internet shutdown and blocking of access to social media platforms ahead of tomorrow's election. Uganda access to information and communication tools is critical for fair, transparent, and peaceful elections. Museveni is not going to allow that because he has never conducted a free and fair election. Actually, they are driving this narrative that they are shutting down Facebook simply because Facebook blocked accounts of pro-government, individuals. This is fake. This is fake. Actually, the leader of MDC in Zimbabwe, that is Nelson Chamisa, the president of the Movement for Democratic Change, a political party in Zimbabwe that was formed recently in 2018. Actually, they merged the two political parties that had split a few years ago. That was the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and then the Movement for Democratic Change. That is where, so these two merged, and the president is Nelson Chamisa, a presidential candidate during the previous elections Zimbabwe held, where the two main challengers, the main challenger was Chamisa, and then that guy Mnangagwa, who is now the president. So Chamisa came out today. I saw one of his tweets. Where is it? Yeah, he said, Mr. Jack, and Twitter, as an African leader in opposition in a country where human rights are undermined, I stand in solidarity with Bobiwine and the people of Uganda. Dictators must not enjoy what they deny others. I call on you to ban Kaguta Museveni from Twitter. Ban Museveni is the hashtag trending in Zimbabwe. Ban Museveni. So basically, the reason as to why I brought in this banning of Facebook, banning of accounts for Museveni, hacking of our pages, and all that kind of thing. Museveni came out and said, since they have banned accounts of our colleagues here at NRM, blah blah, we are also going to turn off Facebook. We are not going to allow Facebook to operate in Uganda. Guys, Facebook doesn't have an office in Uganda. It doesn't. No otambula Kampala yona nojimalako toyinza sanga yadeka office nakamaka Facebook. So that is an excuse. That's a lie from Museveni. And they cannot block Facebook forever because they also use it. Actually, in his statement, he also said that I also sometimes use it to communicate with the youth when I have time. The guy is out of his mind. He's too old. He's in the evening of his ages, and he needs to rest his tired brain. He needs to rest his tired brain and his oversized suits. So basically, I jetted in, that is Chamisa, to tell you what he said about what's going on here. And I don't know, I've already told you about this, the article on foreignaffairs.com, where Bobiwine was highlighting how the West helped cripple Uganda's democracy. This comes, actually he wrote this today. And for those who follow us as well, I've already given you this. You have this already. Maybe I should also give it to you for those who missed. Yeah, I think I should. Let me give it to you. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Let me give it to you. I've already translated it. What I do, I always translate the written article into audio. You understand what I'm talking about? So here it is.
The West helped cripple Uganda's democracy. Now it must stand with those struggling against tyranny. By Bobiwine. A mob of violent thugs, incited by an authoritarian president, storm a democratic legislature and disrupt controversial constitutional proceedings. The invaders damage property, injure lawmakers, and drag many opposition legislators from the chamber. The West helped cripple Uganda's democracy.
The West helped cripple Uganda's democracy. Now it must stand with those struggling against tyranny. By Bobiwine. January 13, 2021. A mob of violent thugs, incited by an authoritarian president, storm a democratic legislature and disrupt controversial constitutional proceedings. The invaders damage property, injure lawmakers, and drag many opposition legislators from the chamber. No, I am not describing the assault on the United States Capitol last week. Rather, I refer to the one the Ugandan strongman Yoweri Museveni orchestrated in 2017 on the parliament in which I serve. The previous year, Museveni, who has been in power since 1986, claimed to have won a fifth presidential term in an election that international observers said fell far short of international democratic standards. Seemingly bent on remaining president for life, Museveni then initiated a campaign to alter a clause in Uganda's constitution that required presidential candidates to be under the age of 75. That clause would have prevented Museveni, now 76, from contesting the 2021 presidential election, which is scheduled to take place on Thursday. Appalled by Museveni's anti-democratic charade, I joined an opposition campaign to stop the constitution from being altered. Museveni's response was to deploy plainclothes special forces to parliament to shut down our endeavor. The special forces, which operate as Museveni's private army, proceeded to batter opposition lawmakers and drag us by force from the floor. I was injured along with many other members of parliament, including Betty Nambuze and Francis Zake, who were singled out for abuse and had to be flown abroad for emergency medical care. Nambuze's injuries have left her with permanent disabilities. In the week following the raid on Parliament, assailants threw a grenade at my home that struck my 12-year-old son's bedroom window. The homes of other critics of the regime were attacked as well. In the face of such violence and intimidation, our legislative effort disintegrated. Museveni's constitutional amendment passed quietly in December 2017, enabling him to run in Thursday's election and in all elections thereafter. America's brutal darling. Uganda's 2021 presidential election is shaping up to be as unfree and unfair as ever. As one of 10 opposition candidates challenging Museveni, I have faced a relentless barrage of violence. Security forces have detained me on multiple occasions and brutalized my supporters. In mid-November, while I was being held behind bars on unspecified charges, my supporters took to the streets in protest. Security forces responded by murdering 54 demonstrators and bystanders, including at least one child. Last week, my team and I submitted an official complaint to the International Criminal Court detailing the Museveni regime's illegal detention and torture of my colleagues and me, as well as the often lethal violence it has meted out against our supporters and other unarmed civilians. During a press conference to announce our complaint that was live-streamed on the internet, Ugandan security officers surrounded my vehicle, yanked me out of it against my will, and roughed me up. I was eventually allowed back into the vehicle, but officers then drove alongside my team and me, launching tear gas and pepper spray at us even as stunned reporters watched over Zoom. If Museveni's forces are brazen enough to commit such barbaric acts while the world is looking on, consider what they must be willing to inflict on less well-known Ugandans every day. It pains me to say this, but the international community is part of our enduring problem in Uganda. Over the years, Museveni has managed to position himself as a military ally and development darling of many Western governments that look the other way when it comes to his horrendous human rights record. During the 1990s, the Museveni regime funneled weapons to rebels in Sudan on behalf of the administration of President Bill Clinton. Today, Ugandan forces fight in the U.S. and European-supported African Union mission in Somalia and serve as guards under U.S. command in Iraq. Museveni also embraced neoliberal economic reforms that have been hard on the poor but endeared him to institutions such as the World Bank. Uganda's 2021 presidential election is shaping up to be as unfree and unfair as ever. In nearly 35 years in power, Museveni's government has received tens of billions of dollars in direct foreign aid from Western countries, including the United States and multilateral institutions such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. Much of this money has been properly spent on projects such as AIDS treatment and malaria prevention, but much has also been siphoned off by Museveni's henchmen. And as multiple researchers have documented, billions of dollars in taxpayer and development funds have been diverted to the security forces, the same forces that attack me, my colleague, and our fellow citizens with impunity. As a result, Uganda's military budget has steadily swollen over the years. It ballooned from $24 million in 1992 to nearly $400 million in 2020, even as poverty deepened, social services atrophied, and basic human rights and good governance benchmarks went unmet. By partnering with the United States to fight terrorism, in particular in Somalia, Museveni has positioned his regime as a guarantor of stability in East Africa. He has also won international praise for welcoming refugees from war-torn countries, even though many of them are victims of conflicts that Museveni himself stoked. But just as often as Ugandan forces have trained their sights on terrorists abroad, they have trained them on Ugandan citizens at home. In the late 1980s, in northern Uganda, for instance, Museveni's forces undertook what the political scientist Adam Branch, director of the Center of African Studies at Cambridge University, has called a counterinsurgency without an insurgency. This operation, ostensibly aimed at the remnants of the armies of previous regimes, was in fact ethnically motivated and unleashed such staggering violence upon local civilians that it provoked real insurgencies, including the murderous Lord's Resistance Army of Joseph Kony, which tortured, kidnapped, and killed tens of thousands of Ugandans, many of them children, over the next 2 decades. Throughout the 1990s and the first decade of the 21st century, Museveni not only arguably prolonged the conflict with the LRA for his own ends but cynically used the violence to justify repurposing foreign development aid for military aims. The international community is part of our enduring problem in Uganda. Ugandans who have sought to peacefully oppose Museveni's abuses have also been met with state terror. In 2011, for instance, security forces opened fire on demonstrators who had taken to the streets to protest government corruption and economic mismanagement, killing at least 9 people. Then, in 2016, the Ugandan army slaughtered 150 unarmed people, including at least 15 children, in a western region of the country where relations with the central government were tense. In 2018, security forces assassinated my driver and arrested me and 4 of my parliamentary colleagues, as well as dozens of our supporters, holding us for days without access to counsel or even to our families. When we were finally taken to court, many of us, including me, were on crutches. Despite these horrendous crimes against Ugandan citizens, international funds have continued to flow to Museveni's government. Just this past June, the World Bank released $300 million in relief funds, ostensibly meant to combat COVID-19, which then promptly vanished into a classified military budget that is now being used to repress me and my colleagues who are demanding a free and fair election. A pivotal moment. As part of Museveni's cynical strategy to retain power, he is now trying to paint our movement as violent and sponsored by nefarious foreign actors. On December 30th, I was arrested along with 100 of my aides as we prepared to campaign on an island in Lake Victoria called Kalangala. 49 of these aides have been falsely charged with illegal possession of ammunition and firearms. I have been speaking out against electoral violence since even before my political career began. And throughout my campaign, I have maintained unequivocally that ours is a non-violent struggle for democratic change and must be a peaceful revolution. The charges of violence by my staff members are merely a pretext for Museveni and his enablers in Uganda and in the West to justify their suppression of our long-denied democratic aspirations. Thankfully, U.S. policy toward Uganda may be shifting. The House Foreign Affairs Committee recently called on President Donald Trump's administration to impose sanctions on 5 current and former heads of Ugandan security agencies for human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings and torture. What is more,
this has been an article from Bobiwine, original name Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert. He wrote today on Foreign Affairs. Since its founding in 1922, Foreign Affairs has been the leading forum for serious discussion of American foreign policy and global affairs. It is now a multi-platform media organization with a print magazine, a website, a mobile site, various apps and social media feeds, an event business, and more. Foreign Affairs is published by the Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, a non-profit and non-partisan membership organization dedicated to improving the understanding of U.S. foreign policy and international affairs through the free exchange of ideas. Subscribe to this channel of a People Power social media activist JB Muwonge for all updates about Bobiwine and People Power.
Yes, friends, thank you for being on. Thank you for watching and of course following. The updates coming in as well. There is an urgent update actually. Babi Kyagulanyi, the wife to Bobiwine, just put up an update 6 minutes ago saying my telephones have all been blocked from even making regular calls. I know that this is to stop me from communicating with our election agents who are out there to secure our vote tomorrow. If you are an agent and you need me, please use the number provided to you by our election command center. We are removing a dictator. That's the wife to Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert. They have blocked all her phones. She cannot make a call. She cannot communicate to anyone using the line is registered or using her phones she usually uses to communicate with her friends and each and everyone she's connected with. She has said, I know this is to stop me from communicating with our election agents who are out there to secure our vote tomorrow. If you are an agent and you need me, please use the number provided to you by our election command center. We are removing a dictator. That's the wife, or that's the statement from the wife of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, aka Bobiwine. So going back to the internet issue, of course that one has been blocked. Internet is down. It's only the .com youth who are, frequent social media users that are using internet now. As I always tell you, we are the .com youth, and there is a solution to each and every problem. Yeah, it's only those that are connected to the internet. It's only those who know what to do are connected. But all I can say to you, the UCC just came out and said, this is a document from UCC. It is dated the 13th January 2021. The managing director, Sibanet Limited, Kampala, the suspension of the operation of internet gateways in exercise of its functions under section 5 clause 1 and 56 of the Uganda Communications Act of 2013. Uganda Communications Commission hereby directs you to implement a temporary suspension of the operation of all your internet gateways and associated access points. This suspension should take effect at 7 p.m. this day of 13th January 2021 and continue until otherwise directed. Thank you for your cooperation. Yours faithfully, Irene Kagwa Sewankambo, Executive Director. Let me hope you get me very well there. That is the situation. That is the situation going on in our country. That is the situation. That is the situation. That's the current situation going on in this beautiful our country. Is this real? Just wait a minute. I'm seeing an update from Anonymous. Hold on a minute. I see something. Alright, it's not real. I thought it was real. Wait a minute, I see this. Maybe it is real. Just wait a minute, there is something I'm confirming now. There is something I'm trying to confirm before I give it to you. This is not real. Wait a minute. I'll give you that after confirming it. I don't always want to give half-baked information. So, excuse me for that. Uganda is bleeding. I can tell you. Let me first organize something here. I confirm this like in 1 minute. I get back very fast.
Uganda is bleeding.
I can tell
People are dying. We've heard from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control. We cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon easy for us to just a dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred. Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a peace away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe tuwa. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. We've orders from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anywhere. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in the nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in the country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking a piece away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred. Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a peace away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe tuwa. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear
not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding, people are dying, we've orders from above, police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. So much out of our control, whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anywhere. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in the nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in the country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them, it sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way, you've taken our peace away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire, President waffe, Kyagulanyi byesuubi bye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba, buli omu asinda, tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe, Mukama tuyambe. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding, people are dying, we've orders from above, police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. So much out of our control, whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anywhere. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in the nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in the country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon innocent children. The regime has massacred. Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It shouts because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a piece away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise a voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Come and raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. We've heard from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking a piece away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred. Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It shouts because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a piece away. Voices to everybody who can
Ochaza
hear
olw'okuaccessinga
us
internet.
and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voice to everybody
Kankuteeke ku live wano.
who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi.
nga amasasi geesooza buli roundabout.
Sookoleke kirabika eddoboozi libadde livuddeko, sooka otuddiremu ekiri e Masaka. Sooka otuddiremu ekiri e Masaka.
Ekiri e Masaka kafiyu enatandika ssaawa 3 ne buvuddeko tubaddewo na paka ssaawa nga 4 nga tuba tuliwo nga tukola emirimu. Naye right now ssaawa leero yesterday kyagasi yawulikiddwako yabadde yalabikiddwako okushera buddu nga badipaasinga abantu bagamba nti mugende waka before ssaawa 3 gabadde ssaawa nga 2 n'amasasi ne gavuga okushera buddu.
Poliisi nga poliisi oba magye oba military?
Byonna mwebiri kati.
Byonna mwebiri, poliisi, military n'amagye?
Kubanga batambulira wamu kati.
Batambulira wamu?
Yes. Jio yesterday but wano bayi jafanga ngereko abaserikale 12 ekijja bwe. Njiro minno kalo.
Kama Katonda.
Abaserikale omwaka mala. Ebyo 12 bawulira ne kabangaliza poliisi nga zigenda zikola ki zikwata abantu. Kasaze kusange wewe nga bakambi bayitirivu. Kati lero kibatta just right now leero sawa yaddemu abantu ne business amu tubazikadde kiteeberezekebwa engoye yaziresebwera bali mu ngoye twabiresebweru nga tiyagasi yasoose amabasi ne gaddako buli roundabout nga amatasi ga crossfiringa gayisingana naye nga tezabekalakasa kuba obuda tuba bagenda waka baba bali mu kugala business.
Naye nga b'abantu mu tawuni babaddemu?
Abantu babaddemu bangi nga bali bakola buli ekibindo kyabwe naye kasita ziweerezaawo emu kiri nomaaso gadde mu tawuni batambula na bigere nga badduka buddusi naye nekigenda paka kijja bwemekye.
Okay, that was an update. Yeah, that was an update. My airtime has cut me short because internet is down and I can't call using WhatsApp. I can't call. That is what is happening in Masaka. That is what is happening in Masaka. Heavy deployment of the police, the military, the army. You know, curfew is supposed to start at 9 p.m. Curfew is supposed to start at 9 p.m. But my brother here is telling me that at 7 p.m. everyone has been instructed to close their businesses and go back home. And for those who, you know, were hesitant about the directive, live bullets were used. You understand what I'm talking about? So that is the situation in Masaka. I want to get hold of but guys, let us be very vigilant. Very, very vigilant, because now the situation. Hold on a minute. They have started. Okay. Yes, that is the situation in Masaka. Of course, you know Masaka. Now in Kampala, of course, you know that it is worse. But anyway, those are the signs. Those are the last kicks of a dying horse. Yes, they are always very powerful and painful once they land on you, but they are always the last one. Yeah, they are always the last one. Muduwa Susi, JB, read our comments for our last campaign before we wait for votes tomorrow. Ah, man. I don't know even what you are saying. You're saying, JB, read our comments for our last campaign. I can't go back to the last campaign and I read comments, man. It is too, that is a very huge amount of work you are giving me. So, basically that is that. If I can miss some here, that power like rain droplets, that means it is hard for me to go back to the last campaign and I read comments. Yeah, it will be very hard. A lot is going on, update after update. If I am to go back to the last campaign and then I read comments, come on, it is going to be hard. Maybe I did not understand your comment. All I can say, today, no sleeping. Of course, you know that. Today, no sleeping. No, Muduwa Susi, I called my brother on a direct call. I called using a direct call. I called using a direct call. So, basically that is that. Power Uganda, you are saying, I have never thought that I can wish death to a despot Museveni, but he deserves a worse gift. Man, he's a despot. He's all kind of sorts of the kind of words. He's brutal, he's so ruthless, he's all that kind of a thing. And yes, we are removing a dictator. Kindly let us be awake till morning, because yes, it has been a long journey and the day is tomorrow. The day is today, the time is now. You understand what I'm talking about? So basically that is that. I don't know what my brother here is saying. He's saying JB not that not only one tribe is watching this channel. I don't know what wrong I did. I don't know what wrong I did that deserves that comment. But maybe my brother, you are new here, subscribe and as well as turn on the notification button. On this channel we present in English, and in Uganda we have very many tribes, over 56 of them, and if you want me to speak Uganda, it is going to be hard. Yeah, because some friends of ours who don't totally get the language are not going to get what you are saying. That's why I had to translate what our brother from Masaka was saying. Basically, that's the situation. Our First Lady Bobby, her telephones have all been blocked from even making regular calls. Even from making regular calls, and she knows, just like she has said, to stop her from making and communications with the agents who are out there to secure our vote tomorrow. And she has encouraged everyone who needs her to please use the number provided by our election command center. You understand? So you understand the code language for those who understand what we are talking about. We shall not go deep into the explanations. Those that know, they know what we are talking about. So basically, let me end this for now. But before I go, let me first look out for something else here. Let me first look out for something here. Let me first look out for something here. Okay.
We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding, people are dying, with orders from above, police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us, and call upon every nation, please offer us some help. So much out of our control, whatever's being done around, shooting citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them, it sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way, you've taken our peace away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda, tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe tuwange. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. We've orders from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control, whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer.
Yes, guys, gentleman guide, let me take in your request. Gentleman guide, let me take in your request. Yes, I've been looking at these posts from Anonymous. All I can say to you, our President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, most of his connections have been closed. The latest has been blocking all his read out this. So my telephones have all been blocked from even making regular calls. I know that this is to stop me from communicating with our election agents who are out there to secure our vote tomorrow. If you are an agent and you need me, please use the number provided to you by our election command center. So this is Bobiwine posting via his wife Babi Chagulanyi's account. But of course this was some time back. This is not latest. This is like an hour ago. Let me check it out. Let me check it out from. But yeah, anyway, the time doesn't matter. It is the message that matters a lot. Gentleman guide, I'm going to take in your request. I'm going to look at the posts from Anonymous. There is Anonymous, the official page of Anonymous with a blue tick, and then there is this other Anonymous. It also has a reasonable following of 100,000 plus followers. I was doubting the information, that's why I wanted to first confirm before I go deep into it. But let me first check it out. Right now.
Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us, you're just a dictator way. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred. Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It shouts because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a piece away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President wafe Chagulanyi byesubira tulina mu Uganda yaffe abana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna Chagulanyi lyessuubi lyaffe. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Come and raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. With orders from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking a piece away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us, you're just a dictator way. We are losing our beloved ones, their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It shouts because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a piece away, away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe tuwange. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. With orders from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking a piece away, away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It shouts because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken a piece away, away. Voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire President waffe Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba buli omu asinda tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe. Mukama tuyambe tuwange. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every offer us some help. We raise our voice to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Uganda is bleeding. People are dying. We've orders from above. Police brutality. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. So much out of our control. Whatever's being done around, shooting us without control, but we cannot fight anyone. We are just unarmed citizens seeking for change in our nation. We only raise our voices high, yearning for change in our country. Our Ugandans got no right to speak of what goes around. No humanity in the government is taking our peace away. Raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Mighty God, we ask of you, hear our humble cry. It isn't easy for us to just dictate away. We are losing our beloved ones, parents and innocent children. The regime has massacred Uganda's their own country home. Uganda bleeds because of them. It sheds tears because of them. You've tortured us in every way. You've taken our peace away. Our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. Katonda tukumire, President waffe, Kyagulanyi by'essuubi lye tulina mu Uganda yaffe. Abaana bakaba, oh, buli omu asinda, tetulina ssuubi lyonna. Kyagulanyi ly'essuubi lyaffe, Mukama tuyambe, tuwambe. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We raise our voices to everybody who can hear us and call upon every nation. Please offer us some help. We are dying.
We are not going to give up. We are not your slaves, and we are not going to be slaves in our own land.
Yes, friends, thanks for watching. Thanks for being on. I've been trying to gather some more info on what is currently happening, but of course I've already told you the phones of our president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert have all been blocked from even making regular calls, and just like I told you, he knows this is to stop him from communicating with the agents who are out there to secure our vote. And he has said, if you're an agent and you need any help, use the numbers provided to you by the Election Command Center. That was the statement from Bobiwine. For those who know, of course you know. That is the statement from Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Nayenga, let me hope you are not shocked. We expected this. For those who would love to access the internet, let me turn off this, then I come back right now.